Y'all, I cannot hold you. This singles love reading for October is fucking juicy. Oh my god. Like, whew. All right. Oh man, it's so intense. All right, what's up, you guys? I am Oracle. Oh yeah, thank you for being here with me on this beautiful day. May these messages find you well. This is a singles love reading for October 2025. I am an Oracle, which means I have the ability to see and hear into different realms. I have done that professionally for the past 10 years, and I offer all different types of services to people, whether that is one-to-one services, group services, workshops, books, you name it. All right. During these readings, I may call out a number of messages. I want you to look these number sequences up on a website called Joanne's Sacred Scribe. I am not affiliated with Joanne, but her website is extremely accurate. When I call the numbers out, they have something to do with either something I was saying, something you were thinking, doing, or speaking, or something taking place in your environment at the time. The first number message that you guys have coming up is the number 1s and 3s. All right. Y'all, these cards look so good that I have literally had to stop and catch my breath. Like, because it's just like, wow, 1s and 3s on the clock and 1s and 4s on the clock. And when I'm doing the readings, these types of readings, card-based readings, usually the energy that is happening during the reading, things that I'm experiencing or what's happening in the environment, has something to do with the reading itself, okay? And I really feel like that's how you guys are going to be feeling. You're going to have your breath taken away by what's coming in for you, and it's something that you've been manifesting for a very long time. 1s and 4s on the clock. Now, for some of you, this could be a person that you've been interested in for a while. That's part of this storyline, but you guys haven't actually been in a committed, official, monogamous relationship with each other. 1s and 5s on the clock, and that's about to change. Or you could be a person who is not thinking about anybody from your past or anybody that you already know, and it's just the idea that you've been so committed to, that you've been dedicating yourself to having this thing come in through the process of actively thinking about it, preparing your mind and body for it. Like if you say you want to be a wife, instead of focusing on who the husband is going to be, you're focused on 227 on the clock and 226. You're focused on preparing yourself to be a great wife. If this is you being a husband, this is you focused on being a great husband, as opposed to, you know, picking everybody and just seeing who fits. Like, no, you're very focused on a particular vision that you have for yourself in terms of your love life, and it's something that you've been hoping and wishing for, and an idea that you've been holding on to for a very long time. Well, according to these cards, not to give it away, but it's give it away. It's coming in for you this month. This is so exciting. Now, this has taken a lot of repetitive discipline for you to get to this point. Whether you are a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. This reading is for both genders, but you've done a lot of work to get to this point. Now, what does that look like? That looks like not entertaining people who are not for you. I had somebody in my family talk about somebody else that they were dating and called them an STD. And I was like, well, what the fuck is that? They called them something to do. And it's just kind of terrible that you would even accept any type of parasitic energy in your life, right? Like that, right? And so when people who are operating in that frequency refuse to do the work on themselves, they don't necessarily get to this level of the total fulfillment that they're looking for. However, whoever this message is for has done that level of work where you're not entertaining what's not for you, what's out of alignment with you. You have consistently done the work to remove things from your environment that are toxic, that could be tempting to you. You have consistently worked on bettering your connection with source and how you can be fulfilled and happy from the inside out. And again, that takes a lot to get there. That takes a lot of personal, intentional commitment, dedication, discipline, and consistency to actually reach that point. But you've done it. And so kudos to you. A lot of people, again, never get to this point. But not only have you gotten to this point, the other person in the storyline has also done the work to get to this point as well. And a lot of the readings that have come up, we've talked about switching timelines and how some people are going into a new timeline and some people are repeating the past cycle. These two people that are coming up in this singles love reading are two people who've actually done the work. And in this space in time right now, as you're listening to this, whenever it is that you're listening to this, everybody could see that. Like, you look damn good. So I don't know if you've already gone through some sort of glow up internally where people are seeing that. Obviously you have, because everything I just said, but there are some external ways that your glow up is showing up that is like evident, not just from the inside out, like your light is shining, but the actual things that are happening in your life. So you might not see yourself the way that other people see you because you've been doing so much work on yourself. But trust me, like everything that you've been doing has been right, and keep going. 5s and 3s on the clock, because that's the proper energy to be in. Very fun, free, and self-fulfilled, with a focus on something that you are creating for you. Now, you can hold this vision for this relationship, but again, this message is really for the person who's actually done the work on themselves, and that's how they're showing up, like a person who's actually done the work on themselves. So keep going in that light. When I look at what's coming for you in regards to this energy that you're giving out, it is indeed your manifestation. And so it could be somebody coming in to give you an apology. I'm going to talk about the first set of people now where, well, matter of fact, let me talk about the second set of people who don't have anybody that they could think of that comes to mind when I've given out these messages so far. If that is you, then this wish that you've had, that you've called in, is finally coming in, because you've gotten yourself to a place where you're maximizing your resources, right? And when I say your resources in terms of love, like you are actually getting out of the house, you're going places, you're doing things, you're displaying yourself, you're being balanced in your mental and physical state, you're being balanced in your spiritual and physical state. You are doing the work and your economic state to make sure you're balanced and secure. So you, 656 on the clock, have gotten yourself out of a state of sadness and woe is me, and has really birthed very balanced energy for you that is calling in some type of wish that you thought would only happen if you if pigs would fly, is the concept, right? 7s and 1s on the clock. So wishes are coming in. Now for the second timeline, oh, and you're getting that because this is your Dharma season. So there's another reading, 7s and 2s on the clock, that's called that, karma or dharma. And you obviously are a person that's going into your Dharma season, and you don't see this coming. And it's going to come by you continue to do what you're doing, not by looking for it now that you know that it's on its way, okay? For this second set of people, who is really the first timeline of people that I'm talking to, who are people who have somebody that came to mind when these messages have come up, you don't see that this person has been also doing the work on themselves, and now the two of you are both on the same level. And so since y'all are on the same level, that means whoever the person is, okay, because I could be talking to either side. So if you are the person in the dynamic who was not putting in effort or energy, then you are now at a place where you're about to start doing that. If you're the person who was putting in the effort and energy and not seeing anything come back with the options that you were dealing with, or the person that you were most interested in, it's because they had to get themselves to a certain level as well. And as they've gone through that process, which seems like it's been sped up, or it's going to be sped up throughout, like it's going to hit out of nowhere through the month of October. And as it does hit, is what's happening is that person is also going through all the waves and levels of emotions that you've gone through in terms of how you see and view love, so that both of y'all can get on the same page. And it's going to be those lower feelings that actually triggers the growth to finalize in this person, 8s and 5s on the clock, where now they're on the same level as you. And then they're going to come in. And again, this is not something that you were expecting. I guess you know what's coming now, but you guys have some really powerful cards. If you know anything about the cards, and I'll call them out to you, you could look them up. But in the background of this Queen of Wands energy, we have the Magician, the Tower, the Ten of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Empress. Like, these are two divine counterparts. So your kingdom spouse, as they say, is coming for you because they've done the work. And if you've done the work, then now you have the green light to go after the person that you've been trying to do the work to get balanced and ready for. If you've done the work and you've been waiting, quote unquote, not actively waiting, but you've been leaving space for love to come to you, then it's finally coming to you. But it's not because you've been holding on to something in an unhealthy way, and it's not because you've been sitting stagnant waiting for something to happen. You've actually actively been focusing on yourself, and you kind of need to continue to do that. When this does come into you, you may be a little guarded because you've done so much work on yourself. And so ones and zeros on the clock, when it does come toward you, I encourage you to really sit with yourself and see how you feel before you respond, because you don't want to respond in a way that is 1, 2, 3 on the clock out of your front emotions. Because again, this is going to come as a shock, and you might be like, hold up, are you like love bombing me? Are you playing with me? Like, is this a setup? Did I learn all my lessons? Like, don't move out of that energy. Get yourself to a balanced state first, because behind this side-eye energy is actually what you want. It's the Ten of Cups, the Lovers, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Sun. You guys have the most phenomenal cards to ever get in a love reading, like ever. The Emperor, the Empress, the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, those cards alone are the epitome of my perfect relationship, whatever that is for you and your mind. 1s and 3s on the clock. Then it gets topped off with ace cards. You got the Ace of Pentacles right here. Like, that is the divine coming in and creating a space and timeline for you to actually have this happen. This is like universal work at play here. And then you have the Sun, right? So the Sun comes from the divine as well, and it gives us life. It vitalizes everything. Is that right? Revitalize? I don't know. Either way, that word combination was important for somebody. So, yeah, a regeneration of everything, new light coats coming through, which is meaning that your path is going to be illuminated in ways you might not have noticed before. So get excited and get ready. Like, in one of these cards on the forefront, you are very much so standing guard and side-eyeing. And then in this Sun card, it's like eyes up, arms open wide, receiving all great blessings and things that you've wished for from the divine. And it comes with this Ace of Pentacles and the Lover's card and the Ten of Cups. So big congratulations to you. Again, sit with yourself before you automatically respond, because you don't want to respond out of the wrong energy. Then we're wrapping it up with the freaking Two of Cups. Like, this is the ultimate love card. Like, anytime you get the Two of Cups in any type of area of life, it talks about a divine union coming in, whether that is personal, business, love, whatever. It could even be just with yourself. But to have this come up in a singles love reading along with the Nine of Cups and the Wheel, like, these are all very big, major, life-changing cards to come in that are things that you've wished for. I mean, like, really, really, really wish for. Whoever the other person is, and this is why I say, like, for the line of people who somebody came to mind when I started reading this somebody has been over there on the other side going the fuck through it. They made a decision. This is probably somebody who, like, ghosted you, or y'all just didn't seem like y'all were on the same page, and they might not have ghosted you, but they kind of like friend zoned you, or like y'all lost touch. That person went off and did something else. So if this is your storyline and you're part of the people who thought about somebody, then that's the case here. If you are that person, then the case is that you have gone through the loops and cycles of, like, you walking away actually only betrayed yourself. Like, you ended up not getting what it is you actually want. And then you had to go do some internal soul searching, or whoever this person is. And then that whole process really put them in their head, had them start questioning themselves, overthinking, can't sleep at night, got this toxic energy that they're trying to work through. Like, all of that shit is a thing of the past. So if you haven't heard from this person, that's what they've been going through, and now they can't take it no more. They're about to, like, say something, do something. If you are not part of the timeline of people who thought of somebody, then this will represent you coming out of that cycle and leaving those types of things alone, where you're making toxic choices and behaviors in your love life. You could be overthinking and have been coming off as desperate, right? Unintentionally so, but now you change the frequency that you personally are operating in, which has allowed you to come into the new timeline and a higher frequency, which elevates you light years past where you used to be. And so with that, everybody's done the work. 1s and 4s on the clock, and you guys are about to meet up in this new timeline, in this new space. So enjoy the month of October. I would love to hear how you guys' love story develops as you guys go through the month. So feel free to comment or leave me a message. You guys can send me an email. You guys can DM me. You guys can go on the website. Like, just let me know. I'm very, curious, and you don't have to put it out in public, but I would like to hear from y'all. So with that being said, thank you for being here and enjoy your October. Peace.